Hello to all of you. So in previous lecture we discussed about rainwater harvesting. So in this lecture we discussed storage of water. So what are the structure or what are the infrastructure which are used for storage of water? Here. So storage is a one type of broad term water storage to storage of both potable water for consumption and non-potable. Potable means for drinking, clear, or non-potable water for agriculture. So, in developing countries and some developed countries found in tropical climates, there is a need to store potable drinking water during summer season, otherwise dry season. In agriculture water storage, water is stored for later use in natural water resources such as groundwater aquifers, soil water, natural wetlands, and small artificial pond, tank, and reservoir behind major dams. So, types of water storage structure: water towers, or we can say that overhead water tank. Then second one, dams and reservoir, ponds and lakes. So there are two stages in the transportations of water. So first stage is conveyance of water from the source to the treatment plant. Then second one, conveyance of treated water from treatment plant to distribution system. So in first stage, the water is transferred or transport by the gravity or by pumping or by the combined action both, depending on the height or depending on the elevations of treatment plant and the source of supply. And in the second stage, water transmission may be either by pumping into overhead tank and then supplying by gravity or by pumping directly to the main into the main water main for distribution. Clear? So there are two stages, and then water conveyance system. So there are free flow system and there are second pressure system. So in free flow system, or we can say that gravity system, there are canals, flumes, grade aqueducts, grade tunnels, and in pressure system, there are pressure aqueduct, pressure tunnel, pressure mains, inverted siphon are in water conservation, water conveyance system. Clear? So in canals, clear. So canal is widely used for distributions of water from dam. Clear. So there are different types of canals are used to convey a water from dam to that particular source. Then there are different types of flumes are used, aqueducts are used, and tunnels are used to convey a water to the source to the uh, that particular treatment plant and treatment plant to that particular main delivery pipes. Then next one, pipes. Clear? You know that what is the meaning of pipes and what look like. So it is a one type of circular closed conduct. Clear? So the water may flow either under gravity or under pressure. Then when pipe do not run fully, they run under gravity, such as a fuel lines. However, in supply pipes mostly run under pressure. So the selection of pipe material depends on the following factors. So what are the internal pressure? What are the external loads which the pipe is subjected in future? Clear? Then second one, type of water to be conveyed and its corrosive effect on the pipe material, capital cost, what are the maintenance cost, then availability of funds, and the fifth one, carrying capacity of pipe. So there are five factors which are used to select types of material of pipe. So there are different types of pipes are commonly used. That are cast iron pipe, wrought iron pipe, steel pipes, RCC, PCSC, EC, plastic pipes. Clear? The next main topic is sustainable water and sanitation. Clear? So in this topic we discuss about sanitations and sustainable water. So the problem of access to safe drinking water and sanitation facilities and urban areas of India is major concern. So we know that there are no amount of water which is potable. This is one of the most or biggest concern in our world. So India is facing huge problem about safe drinking water. Like 163 million people do not have access to safe drinking water, and 210 million people lack access to improve basic sanitation in India. This is a problem right now occurring in India. In addition, there is a lack of wastewater treatment facility to treat the wastewater of growing population. That SWM can provide a more resilient and efficient water supply system by some software that called SCADA and reducing cost and improving sustainability. So high technology solution for the water sector include digital meters like smart watering system, different types of sensor, then SCADA and GIS, which are used to sustainable of water or sustainability of water supply. Yeah, there are different types of technologies used. We already discussed. So, what is the ultimate goal? So, the ultimate goal of more integrated approach to urban water management develop more sustainable. So how can you sustainable? How can you sustain able that water management system? So that defined by the World Commission on the Environmental Development. So that development that meets the needs of present without compromising the ability of future generation to meet their own needs. So as per the World Commission on the Environmental and Development says that development that meets the needs of present without compromising the future generation to meet their own needs. By this we can sustainable that particular water management. In the case of water management, sustainability can be divided into three major dimensions. First one social, economic, and third one environment. So in social, water management contributes the quality of life all citizens. And what will be the economic? So that operation and maintenance of water service are cost efficient. Then third one, so that maintain the ecological balance of natural water system and not obstructing more than can be replenished and preventing pollution and erosion. Clear? In social, there are quality, economic, there are cost, environment, to maintain ecological balance between different types of sources. Clear? Next, when applied to these basic components of urban water management, the different dimensions of sustainability considered as follow, like first one, water supply and sanitation system. So there are some benchmark for smart water supply. First one, 24 by supply, 24 by 7 supplying of water. The second one, 100% household with direct water supply connection. Then third one, 135 LPCD of water. Fourth one, 100% metering of water connection. And fifth one, 100% efficiency in collection of water related charges supply. This is called sustainable water. The next one, sustainable sanitation. So sanitation generally refers to the provision of facility and service for the safe disposal of human urine and feces. Clear? And its proper disposal in economically viable, socially acceptable, and technically and institutionally appropriate beside protecting environment and the natural resources. Sanitation means to dispose the humans wastages, clear, like urine and feces, in proper way. That called a sustainable sanitation. It is not a technology, but approach having some certain principle. So the principle is that to recognize excreta and the wastewater are not wastes, but resources that valuable can be reused and recycled. So what is the main objective of sanitation? It is to provide healthy and clean environment and breaking the cycle of disease. So this is the main objective of sustainable sanitation. So there are some issues and challenges in urban sanitation that include rapid urbanizations and need for a policy for urbanization areas such as the census towns and Nagar Panchayat, then inadequate maintenance, ineffective management of fecal water, rising groundwater contaminations, over-dependence or centralized wastewater management, maintenance and upgradations of STP and water treatment facility, need for capacity building officials, management of accountability of by ULB officials, and the ninth one, gender consideration. So there are total 9 issues and challenges which face in urban sanitization. There are some problems in present sanitation practices. First one, consumptions of more water and energy. Clear? So in our bathroom, in our toilet, we using the flushing system. Clear? So in during this system, they wastage or they consume more water compared to other method. Clear? So we can provide automatic or means automatic system means how much amount of required to dispose that particular excreta. So we can reduce the consumptions of water and energy. Then unable to separate feces and urine. Clear? In our India, there are one type of tank which are excavated below the ground, which is collect from the feces and urine. Clear? So this is a combination of both feces and urine. So we cannot separate that particular both the things. Then third one, problems with existing drainage system. So that drainage system which are not proper, so we can use for the treatment. So there are the problems in present sanitation practice. The next one, innovative sanitation solution for smart city. So there are some methods which can use for sanitation solution. First one, reducing the quantity of water usage in toilets. We already discussed. So in toilet sanitation, that require 13 to 15 liters for one flush. As with typical Indian houses, need 60 to 90 liters of water for cleaning toilet in a day. So that amount which is a very high. So we can use high electrical power consumption for both fetching water from ground and recycling of flush water and water consumption. So in the new design 5-liter toilet siphon system pipe is modeled with spray. So that require minimum amount of water to for flush. Clear? The second one, bislide conveyor belt toilet. So current toilets using single tank system. So it is a mixing of urine and feces, making the wastewater treatment not efficient. So that urine contains large amount of nutrition when mixed with feces. And wastewater treatment plant the mixers loss is good amount of nutrition such as a phosphorus and nitrogen. So that bislide conveyor belt toilet eliminates the need of flush water apart from the providing and separating techniques from urine from feces. So we can get nutrition like phosphorus and nitrogen from bislide conveyor belt toilet. Then third one, solar powered and self cleaning toilet. Sleek and made of stainless steel, these toilets are designed to install in place where access to electricity and common sanitation method is difficult. If not possible, what makes these toilets even more user friendly is it can be located through the Android app called eToilet. So they equipped with some sensor for light and exhaust fan to ensure that they consume less power, minimum amount of water. Clear. So there are in this there are some provisions for waste treatment using anaerobic biodegradation. Then fourth one, ensuring sanitation of of toilet using IoT. In large premises like hospital, railway stations, bus stations, educations, entertainment place, seminar hall, clear. There are sanitation supervision is difficult by physically and visiting them because the order is very bad. So that we provide a order sensor in toilet and getting a sensor with the communications modules connected with a WN to get notification in this institute monitoring server or system when order intensified means orders are bad. Clear. So there are some innovative methods or solution for sustainable sanitation in smart city. The next one, sewerage system. So that sewerage system we will discuss in next session.